Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is Tosif, and I am back with a new live stream. I completed a live stream earlier today, and I had said that I plan to do more live streams, and so here I am with a new live stream. So if you are watching this video, please support this channel by subscribing and liking this video. And if you have already subscribed, if you regularly watch my videos, please share the link to this video with your friends, family members, and your neighbors. Help us reach more people. Richard is here. Hi, Richard. Bree is here. Hello, Bree. And Terry is here. Hi, Terry. Thank you all for joining. Maybe we should wait for a few more seconds before we get started, or should we just start? Maybe half a minute, or should we just jump into the discussion? Okay, let's jump into the discussion, all right? Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States of America, and millions and millions and millions of Americans are happy. People are happy. People are celebrating. They are hopeful. They are optimistic. They want Donald Trump and his administration to start making America great again. Millions and millions and millions of people waiting for Trump to be sworn in. They are waiting for Trump's cabinet nominees to be confirmed. They are waiting for the work to start. Millions and millions and millions of Americans are waiting for the implementation of the America First agenda. But sadly, there are some people out there who fail to understand the importance of the MAGA agenda. They fail to understand the value of the America First agenda. There are people out there who don't like Trump. They don't like the America First agenda. They don't like the MAGA, Make America Great Again agenda. And they are unhappy. They are protesting. They are demonstrating. And there's tension in the Midwest. There's tension in the Midwest because all these people, all these anti-Trump protesters, all these anti-Trump demonstrators, they are out there. They got banners, they got signs, they got colorful clothes, and they're clueless. So they're out there chanting and protesting. They're clueless people. Are they clueless? Are they completely lost? They don't know what they want? What do you think about these people? These anti-Trump protesters? What do you think they are? Share with me. There's tension in Wisconsin, in Madison, and in Milwaukee. Right here in my home state, Wisconsin, protests have taken place. There was this so-called People's March in Madison. What does that even mean, People's March? I only understand one thing, that I understand the people's president, that is Donald Trump. I understand the people's mandate. I understand the people's agenda, which is the America First agenda. And I understand that people want to make America great again. But this so-called People's March, this is not really People's March. This is left-wing march. Left-wing march, okay? So in Madison, It took place. I saw some images of the protests on social media. You can go and look it up. Protesters, they got these signs that they made. They got these strange clothes and, weird getup. Okay. They got all these, I don't know how to describe. Have you seen those pictures? I mean, you can go look up the pictures on the internet. You just go to, you search for protest and then Madison, Wisconsin, January 18th. That's today. You can go look it up. You can go look up the information and see what you find. Tell me what your thoughts are about those protesters and their attire and the signs that they were holding and their demands. They wrote their demands on the banners. What do you think about their demands? These left-wing protesters, they support mass migration. They support abortion. And just go back. Let's recap in your mind the last several years. Go back 8 years. Don't have to go back 8 years. Go back 4 years ago. Yeah, go back 8 years ago. Let's go back 8 years. It's not too far back. Go back 8 years. Remember when Donald Trump was first elected, when he first became president? We saw protests, right? We have seen left-wing protesters out there chanting and holding banners and with their signs expressing their demands. You can go years back in your memory and you will remember the protests that we have seen. These left-wing protesters are pro-abortion and pro-mass migration supporters. They support pro-abortion, they support abortion, they support mass migration. These protesters will say, we want reproductive freedom. Reproductive freedom. These protesters, they say, my body, my choice when it comes to abortion. Okay. My body, my choice when it comes to abortion. But what about my body, my choice when it comes to COVID vaccines? No. If it's about COVID vaccines, then these left-wing people, they want vaccine mandate. At that point, there's no my body, my choice. You got to get the vaccine because government said so. Okay? Because the bureaucrats said that you should get the vaccine. When you're talking about the vaccines, there's no my body, my choice. At that point, it's like, you got to get the vaccine, like it or not. Like it or not, you got to get the vaccine. Okay? No my body, my choice at that point. Hold on here. So they're selective about when and where they say my body, my choice. They want reproductive freedom. They want the freedom to abort. Abort the unborn. Then they say my body, my choice. They want to go get an abortion. They say my body, my choice. Okay? But when you say, hey, COVID vaccine, my body, my choice, I don't want the vaccine. I don't want the vaccine. Then the left-wing people will tell you, no, there's no my body, my choice. You got to get the vaccine, you like it or not. So, the left-wing protesters, the left-wing demonstrators, they don't want any walls. They're anti-walls. They don't want walls. What does it mean to not have walls at our southern border? Do they support mass illegal immigration, mass entry of illegals? So the left-wing protesters were out in many American cities on Saturday. They were out there protesting, demonstrators demonstrating. Okay? What are they demonstrating? Demonstrating the fact that they are clueless. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what they want. That's what they're demonstrating. Okay? I mean, you'll see news articles like the demonstrators were out there in the freezing temperature, the demonstrators. What are they demonstrating? They're demonstrating how clueless they are. That's what they're demonstrating. Okay? Do they have any clue what they want? These left-wing protesters. I mean, we know one thing that they want. They want to oppose Donald Trump. But not only do they want to oppose Donald Trump, they want to oppose the freedom-loving Americans who voted for Trump. They oppose us, as Terry said. They're actually protesting against us. Donald Trump is just one person, one face. He's an image of leadership. He's a leader. But he's a leader because the American people voted for him to be the leader. And so all these left-wing demonstrators, all these protesters, when they protest against Donald Trump, they are actually against us. They're actually against us, we the people. These left-wing people out there, clueless, they're against us. Let's see in the live chat. Hey, Chris is writing, Colorado here. My first TOSIF live stream, AC Cruz's fault. Good stuff, brother. I subscribed yesterday. So, Chris, welcome to this channel. This is so great. So our friend AC Cruz recommended that you come and watch this channel. Thank you so much, Chris. Thanks for subscribing. This is so great. This is so wonderful. Everyone, let's welcome Chris. Thank you, Chris. Rachel is here. Hi, Rachel. Jim is here. Jim from Illinois, good to see you. Richard Miller, Bree from Michigan, Terry from South Dakota, Vaughn is here. Kat Davis is here. Chris, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for checking out this channel. Sandra is here. Hi, Sandra. Toby is here. Hi, Toby. A viewer named Not Chili. Not Chili. Okay. Not Chili is here. Chris, thank you. Chris from Colorado. Chris, Trump's going to make Colorado great again very soon. Very soon. It's going to happen. We're going to make Colorado great again. Thank you, Chris. All right. Yeah, so I don't see our friend AC Cruz here, but hopefully she'll join. Our friend AC Cruz from Arizona. All right. Okay, so on Saturday, it's still Saturday now, there were protesters in different American cities opposing Trump, but truly opposing us, the American people. Like more than 77 million people voted for Trump. And when these protesters, these clueless individuals, when they oppose Trump, they oppose us. They oppose us, the 77 million plus people. The left-wing protesters, They want to cause disruption, which is what they are doing. They're causing disruption. They don't like the fact that we are heading towards a brighter future. They don't like the fact that Donald Trump is going to put America first. The left-wing protesters don't want the deportation of illegal aliens. These left-wing protesters, they support socialism. They support communism. They're anti-capitalist. These left-wing protesters, they're okay with illegal immigrants getting taxpayer-funded benefits. These left-wing protesters are okay with illegals coming here and taking away American jobs. The left-wing protesters are okay with illegals suppressing American salaries and wages. Melissa is here. Hi, Melissa. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Heidi is here. Hello, Heidi. Heidi is saying, to quote Turbo, our friend Joshua, who we lost, he is deceased, our friend Joshua from Texas. He said, tell everyone they make America great. Yes, we make America great, Heidi. Thank you. Thank you for reminding us about Turbo's quote. Yes, we do this. We make America great by being positive. Absolutely. Cheryl is here. Hi, Cheryl. There was protest in Madison. Right here in my city, Madison, the city in which I live. There was protest in Madison earlier today. There was protest in Milwaukee, which is, I don't know, 85, 90 miles away from here. And these demonstrators, these protesters, what do they want? They oppose Trump, that's it. They oppose Trump, they oppose us. There were protesters in Washington, D.C. also. Did you see that? There were protesters in Washington, D.C. But let me tell you, complete waste of time. All these protests, all these demonstrations, all these dressing up in weird clothes and going out there and standing with weird banners and weird signs and saying weird things and making weird demands, chanting and singing and dancing, whatever they do. They got their slogans. They're out there chanting their slogans. They got the microphones and all that. Complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. These protests will change nothing. Nothing's going to change. The election is over. The election is over, and the results have been certified. The transition from one administration to the next is already taking place. This is the final weekend before Trump's inauguration. And, you know, I recently said, why do we need this weekend? Can we just skip this weekend? Let's just skip this weekend. Let's go straight into Monday. People don't usually wait for Monday. People wait for the weekend. You talk to people, people are like, thank God it's Thursday. Oh my God, thank God it's Friday. People wait for the weekend so that they can relax, they can spend time with family, so that they can hang out with friends, so that they can go out to eat, they can go watch late night movies, whatever. People wait for the weekend, but this time it's different. We don't want this weekend. We want to go straight to Monday. Hey, we want to go to Monday. Skip this Saturday, skip Sunday. Let's go to Monday. Because we want to see the inauguration of Donald J. Trump. Our president, our leader, the one who is going to implement the America First agenda, the one who is going to make America great again. We want to see the inauguration of Donald J. Trump. So let's just skip this weekend. Forget Saturday, forget Sunday. We're going to go in straight into Monday. Straight into Monday. My friends, all these protesters out there, all these demonstrators out there, they are walking with their banners, they're chanting, they're moving, they're saying, oh, we want this, we want that. It's not going to do anything. It's pointless. It's a complete waste of time. Time is a valuable resource. Time is something that you can't get more of. Once you lose time, you've lost it. You can't replace it. You can replace money. You cannot replace time. But you see all these protesters, they're out there wasting their own time, but nothing's going to change. The election is over. The results have been certified. The transition is taking place. This is the final weekend before the inauguration. Monday is coming. The plans are all set. The world is watching, and the American people are waiting for the new president to be sworn in. And there are some clueless people who are out there protesting. They're out on the streets. They're holding banners. They're chanting who knows what. Demonstrators, protesters. I mean, who has so much time to participate in this nonsense? Who has so much time? They want reproductive freedom. Reproductive freedom. That's what they want, okay? These people want reproductive freedom. What about the freedom of the unborn? What about the freedom of the unborn child? Who's going to protect the life and the freedom of the unborn child? Tell me, my friends. Answer that question. Reproductive freedom. What about the unborn? What about the unborn? Reproductive freedom. We must protect the unborn. We must protect the unborn child. Freshly is here. Hi, Freshly. Thank you for being here. Our friend Jake from New York. Do you want to protect the unborn? If you support protecting the unborn, please write in the chat window, protect the unborn. The unborn child, the unborn human being. Please write, protect the unborn. Bree is saying, yes, the unborn has a right to life and the pursuit of happiness. Freshly is saying, protect the unborn. Chris is saying, protect the unborn. Bree is saying, protect the unborn. Melissa is saying, I always stand for the unborn. Richard is saying, protect the unborn. Not Chili is saying, these unborn kids have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Absolutely. So all these left-wing protesters and these demonstrators out there protesting, they were protesting in Madison, in my home city. They were protesting in Milwaukee. They were protesting in Washington, D.C. They want reproductive freedom, but they don't talk about the unborn. They don't. Have you ever heard them talk about the unborn child? It's a child. The unborn child, the unborn human being. Kat Davis is saying, protect the unborn. Now, these protesters, they say that they're against fascism. Do they know what fascism is? Can they define fascism? Can they give examples of fascist rulers? Have they studied history? Have they studied the history of the world? Do they understand society and law and governance? They say they are against fascism. You go and ask them what fascism is. I bet that they won't be able to define it. Fascism. They're like against fascism. Let me tell you, these protesters, what they actually are, they are in support of socialism. They are in support of communism. They are in support of abolishing private property rights. These protesters, they want property rights to be eliminated. They want freedom to be restricted. They want the government to be the supreme power that everyone must worship. These protesters, they don't know what fascism is. They don't know what capitalism is. They know nothing. They cannot define these terms. They don't know these concepts and how these concepts evolved over time. They don't understand capitalism. They don't understand fascism. They understand nothing. If they did, then they would support capitalism. They say they are against fascism. They can't deny fascism. Ask them, hey, listen, give some examples of fascist rulers from the past. They haven't studied history. They have not studied history. They are clueless. They are clueless. But if you listen to their demands, if you listen to their talking points, you know one thing, that they support socialism and communism. They want extreme levels of communism. They want property rights to be eliminated. Think about it. This is what they want, these protesters. They want that people will not have property rights. These protesters, they want a society in which, and I've used this example before, there's only one kind of bread, that's it. You want soap? Only one kind of soap. That's it. They want to eliminate choice. They want to eliminate freedom. You want bread? You want bread? Here you go. Stand in that line. Stand in that line. Wait for the bread in the morning. Stand in a line, in a long line. Wait for your turn. That's what they want, these protesters. Oh, and you want sourdough? Oh, you want tomato basil? You want rye bread? Really? No. No choices. You just get whatever bread the government has decided to produce in a government-run bread factory. Because, you know, if these protesters, if they get what they want, then there will be no private enterprise. It's all going to be government-run. You get one kind of bread. Oh, you have dietary restrictions? Oh, you want gluten-free bread? Forget it. You get one kind of bread. The government determines what kind of bread you're going to get. Okay? And by the way, stand in line before you can grab your bread. Okay? So, this is what these protesters want. They want to eliminate choice. They want to eliminate private business. They want to eliminate private enterprise. They want to nationalize the entire country. All industries, everything nationalized. They want to eliminate freedom. Rachel is saying, please, sir, can I have some more Oliver Twist? Rachel, I know exactly what you're talking about. My friends, do you know what Rachel is talking about? Have you read Oliver Twist? Do you remember that line? Please, sir, can I have some more? Wow, Rachel. Rachel brought up Oliver Twist. Let me show you something. You all know that I read books. I love books. I love literature. I had no idea that Rachel would bring up Oliver Twist. I had no idea, Rachel, that you would bring up Oliver Twist. Let me show you something. Hold on a second. In my collection. Here you go. It's in my collection. So great. One of my favorite. Oliver Twist. Charles Dickens. I got Oliver Twist. And you want to talk about Charles Dickens? Hold on. All right. Shall we talk about Charles Dickens? Now I'm going in a different direction now. Now I showed you, right? Rachel brought up Oliver Twist. I had no idea Rachel would mention Oliver Twist. So here you go. Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist. Now, Charles Dickens, also from my collection, Hard Times. Charles Dickens. Who wants to read this one? This is like thick. How many pages? Wow, several hundred. You want to read this one? Sorry, not Hard Times. Sorry, Bleak House. Did I say Hard Times? I also have Hard Times. But this is Bleak House. Sorry. Bleak House. Charles Dickens. Once again. Now that's not all. That's not all. You want to see more? Tale of Two Cities. Tale of Two Cities. Charles Dickens. Okay? So, and I have more. I have more Charles Dickens. I'm just looking at my shelf here to see what else I have. I have more Charles Dickens. Yeah, so wow. Michelle is here. Hi, Michelle. Dustin is here. Hi, Dustin. Fred is here. So, Rachel, how amazing, right? Rachel, you mentioned Charles Dickens is an absolute genius. I also have other books. I have David Copperfield, and I have David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I have Hard Times. I just have to look and see where I kept that book. Hard Times. Anyway. Okay, Bree is asking, who's your favorite author, Tassif? Who's my favorite author? I really like Charles Dickens. I like J.M. Coetzee. I think I mentioned that. By the way, I did publish, it was some weeks ago, you remember, that I published a list of like my 10 recommended books, fiction and nonfiction. So you can look at that. I like J.M. Coetzee. South African writer. He now lives in Australia. Charles Dickens, I absolutely I love the work of Charles Dickens. I always have. And then I like Shelley, Mary Shelley, Frankenstein. Michelle is saying David Copperfield. I'm talking about the book David Copperfield. Are you talking about The Magician? Michelle? Okay, Michelle says, oops. Yeah, no. I'm talking about the book David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. All right. By the way, if you want, listen, since books came up, hold on. I gotta bring some stuff here. All right, so some of you know that I have published 2 books, self-published. So I'm going to show you a few things here. Give me 1 second. So this is my book. I published many years ago when I was an undergraduate student. It's called She Has Surrendered to Slumber. This is the paperback, and this is the hardcover. Okay, this is the hardcover. It has my picture at the back. See? Okay. So this is one book. Paperback, hardcover. And then I have my second book, Neptune's Dusk, here. This is the paperback. This is the hardcover. Okay. So these are my books. You can look them up online. You just type my name. You'll do a search on Amazon. And then for my second book, this is like a promotional item. It's a postcard. So it has a little bit about my book. Then, you can write your message. It's a nice postcard, okay? Promotional items that I have. I have a whole stack here. I just have a few. And this is like a bookmark. Another promotional item. Okay, a bookmark. See? I've got a box full of these. I was reorganizing my shelf. I was looking at some of my stuff in the storage, opened a few old boxes, and I found like a bunch of my books just sitting in a box, okay? I have probably, I don't know, 15, 20 of these books, and then a whole stack of bookmarks, a whole stack, you can see here. A whole stack. I've got a much thicker bunch. You just have a few here. I got more. Hold on. See, I got all these postcards. See? So many. Ordered them years ago. Life got very busy, so I ended up not using these. So it's just sitting with me. See, all these postcards, I don't even know how many there are. I have to go back into the records and see how many I ordered. All these postcards, okay? And bookmarks. And I've got those little cards too. Hold on. These are business card sized promotional item. It's the size of a business card. Okay, so I've got these, a whole stack. I've got a whole stack of my postcards, and I've got bookmarks also, and I've got more bookmarks. It's not everything. Yeah. Okay, so Michelle's asking if we send self-addressed envelopes, do we get a bookmark, LOL, or postcard? So Michelle, great question, okay? Great question. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna come up with some idea, okay? Send me your ideas. Michelle sent me an idea. If we send self-addressed envelopes, do we get a bookmark or postcard? Okay. Well, Michelle, thanks for that idea. I'm gonna respond to you. But yeah, let me see what can be done, because obviously after all these years, I mean, so let me tell you, my first book was published. Give me 1 second here. Was published in 2008. And I told you I came to the US in 2007. My first book was published in 2008. And my second book was published in 2010. So I was a young man, loved writing poems, obviously. Loved writing poems. So, I decided to compile all my poems and publish 2 books, self-publish, and then ordered a whole bunch of promotional items, and then life continued with education and internships and jobs, and just never paid much attention that, hey, I've got these books sitting at home. I've got all these promotional items. So, Michelle, thank you for your question. Now it's making me think. So give me a little bit of time. Give me a few days, or maybe a couple of weeks. I'll come up with some idea to see how we can get these items in the hands of people who would love to read my poems. Okay, so let me think about it, Michelle. I just saw your comment, and Michelle says your fans. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've got all these stuff, and I'll come up with some idea, okay? Just give me a little bit of time. Michelle asked about a P.O. box. I don't have a P.O. box, so I may have to figure out a P.O. box for correspondence. Okay, thank you so much, by the way. NC is asking, are you going to write a 3rd book? Well, NC, here's the thing. I have many unpublished poems. Many. I've got a whole collection that no one has ever read, because those poems have not been published. Okay? Those poems have not been published. Now, I could self-publish another book, but I haven't done that. Or if I can find a publisher through the traditional route, which is not self-publishing, which is like traditional, you find an agent who finds a publisher, the publisher decides to publish your book. That has not happened yet. So I have lots of unpublished poems. And also, I have a complete manuscript of a novel that I wrote. Okay? It's really spiritual realism. Okay? Really cool work. Okay, at least I think it's cool. Anyway, I may be wrong, right? So I have unpublished poems. I have unpublished novel manuscript. Okay? I have unpublished novel manuscript that I'm going to try to get published. The biggest challenge is like time. Okay? I mean, I stay really busy throughout the week during the day. And then every night during the week, I do live streams. In addition to everything else, right? First, my priority is my work, my profession, obviously. And then, my writing, my channel. So when I have time, I do my live streams. I do my, writing opinions, live streaming, podcasting. I do all that. And then, of course, there's so many other things in life, right? I mean, you have to eat, you have to cook, you have to grocery shop, you have to run errands, you have to deal with challenges and issues that come up, everyday life, right? And so I have not been able to really focus on getting my manuscript out in front of publishers. Okay, so I've not been able to do that, but I will work on it. Okay, I made a promise to myself I will work on it. So yes, I have unpublished poems, and I have unpublished novel manuscript. Gerlina is saying, run, don't walk to get your copies of Tassif's book. Thank you, Gerlina. Gerlina, so you don't have to do it now, Gerlina, but you have to give me like maybe a poem or two that you read from my book that you really like. You don't have to do it now, but let me know at some point, Gerlina, because I know you've read my book. You said that. So I'll just wait for you to tell me if there's any poem or poems, S, plural, any one poem or few poems that you really like. You have to give me those names. So thank you, Gerlina, for your support. Fred, thanks so much. Michelle is asking, how's your mom? My mom's doing okay. My mom's very excited about the Trump inauguration. Okay. She's very excited. She's a super conservative. Okay. She's a super conservative. And obviously I've always told people that she is my advisor, my mom, my advisor, my navigator, and she's my spiritual leader. So when I am at any critical juncture in life and I don't know what to do, which way to go, what should be my next step, my mom's there. She guides me. Okay, and she gives me spiritual advice. Okay, so yeah. Thank you, Michelle, for asking about my mom. She's doing great. Freshly says, God bless her. Thank you, Freshly. Thanks so much. Bree is asking, Tassif, will you be live for the inauguration? I will do live stream on January 20th. That's my plan. Now, is it going to be before, during, or after? My idea is I should do a live stream before the inauguration in the morning, and then maybe not live stream during the inauguration, because, during the inauguration, you want to watch the inauguration on TV, right? I mean, at that point, I would want you to watch the inauguration, so you can watch the inauguration. And then right after the inauguration ends, maybe I start the live stream again. I mean, how does that sound? Because, obviously it would be fun to do a live stream during the inauguration, but if you're listening to me talk during the inauguration, then you're not watching the inauguration, right? So it's best that you focus on the inauguration, and then we can do one afterwards. Okay. How does that sound? Let me know. And yes, I will think about ways to get these materials in the hands of people who would appreciate them. Okay. Yeah, all these postcards, all the cards, all the bookmarks, all my books, all these books, paperback, hardcover, paperback, hardcover. I got more. Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen from New York. Good to see you. So yeah, I see how the conversation, the direction of the conversation changed. I was talking about communism and these protesters, the left-wing protesters supporting communism, and then we ended up talking about bread, right? A staple in our everyday life. A lot of people eat bread for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. And I was saying how, if there's a communist government, there are not going to be all these options. Now you walk into a bakery, they got like 10 different kinds of breads, maybe more, right? All shapes, all sizes. They got your, classic white. They got whole grain. They got, I don't know, cinnamon bread, raisin bread, tomato, basil, rye bread, gluten-free, all those options. But if there's a communist government, you're not going to have choice. You're not going to have options. I mean, just walk into a donut shop and see how many kinds of donuts they have, how many kinds of bagels they have, how many kinds of juices and caffeinated beverages and fizzy drinks, soda, whatever. So many different kinds. You go buy mineral water. You got how many brands of mineral water? I mean, I drink Ice Mountain. I love Ice Mountain. But there are so many different kinds of water, bottled water, right? So we were talking about that if there's a communist government, there's not going to be choice. You get whatever kind of bread the government produces, because at that point there's no private enterprise. It's all government run. Steel factory, government run. Clothing factory, government run. Okay. Food industry, government run. Everything's government run. And so then we were talking about that when Rachel mentioned that line from Oliver Twist, and then we drifted into the discussion of Oliver Twist, and then Charles Dickens. So there's Bleak House, which mistakenly I said Hard Times. No, Hard Times is a different book. This is Bleak House. Then Tale of Two Cities. And then we started talking about my books and my promotional items and all that. So that's how the conversation went in a different direction. But let's come back to what we were saying. By the way, Rachel, thank you so much for mentioning Oliver Twist. Okay. Anyone who has not read Oliver Twist, you got to read it. You got to read Oliver Twist. I mean, it's like a must read. I think everyone should read Oliver Twist at some point in life. You have to read Oliver Twist, I think. Okay. That's just my opinion. Okay. People may disagree. Anyway, I'm looking at all my other books. So many books. All right. But really, that's what these protesters want. They want communism. They want the elimination of private property rights. They want the elimination of choice. They want the elimination of private industry, private business. And they want people to stand in a line every morning to get bread. You want bread, just one kind of bread. You want butter, just one kind of butter. Okay? You want cheese, just one kind of cheese. I mean, this is what communism would do. You want cheddar, you want Swiss cheese, you want cottage cheese, you want, goat cheese. You want all those different flavored cheeses, pepper jack, whatever. I mean, in Wisconsin, you go to a store and you look at the cheese section. You look at the cheese section. You go to the farmer's market in Wisconsin, you look at how many different kinds of cheese they have. But these left-wing people, these protesters, these demonstrators, they want communism. They want to eliminate choice. So you go to the store, which won't be a private store. It's going to be a government-run shop or shed or whatever. Go stand in line. And then you'll see, if you get cheese, just one kind of cheese. And maybe they'll give you this much. You want a whole block? Forget it. The government will do rationing and will allocate under communism. But these left-wing protesters, they want communism. All those people out there in Madison, in Milwaukee, in Washington, D.C., and in many other cities around the country, all those left-wing people out there protesting, out there opposing Trump, all those people, they want communism. They want communism. But you know what? They are wasting their time because the American people have spoken. And Donald Trump has won not just by getting the Electoral College votes, but also by getting the popular vote. Kay is here. Hi, Kay. Kay Cooper from Texas. So all these people out there chanting and protesting, they got their slogans, they got their colorful banners and posters and signs. And you know what's interesting? Here's another thing. All these protesters out there, you'll see a lot of them wearing masks. A lot of these people, they're out there protesting, but they're wearing masks. They don't want to show their face. They're wearing masks. They got their sunglasses. Okay? They don't want to show their face. They're out there protesting, but they don't want to show their face. They're wearing masks. They're wearing masks like COVID is still out there, huh? If you tell them, why are you wearing masks? Oh, I'm scared of COVID. So, my friends, all these left-wing protesters out there protesting, they're anti-Trump, they're anti-freedom, they're anti-capitalism, they are pro-communism, they are pro-rationing. But you know what? They're wasting their time. All those protests, all those demonstrations will do nothing. They're wasting their time. They're wasting their time because the momentum is on our side. And by our, I mean freedom-loving Americans. We have voted for Donald J. Trump. He is going to be the 47th president. Donald J. Trump is going to re-enter the White House. Donald J. Trump is going to have an excellent cabinet. Donald J. Trump is going to have an amazing administration. Donald J. Trump is going to issue executive orders. He's going to do everything that he can to implement the America First agenda. And Donald J. Trump is going to make America great again. And we stand with Donald J. Trump. So all those protesters out there, they are wasting their time. They will not accomplish anything. They're wasting their time. And they have already lost. They have already lost. November 2024, these protesters lost. The American people elected Donald J. Trump. Thank you, my friends. Now, at this point, let's show some support to our incoming president, Donald J. Trump, by writing Trump 2025. Please write it in the chat window. Write Trump 2025. Show your support for Donald J. Trump, my friends. Please do so. Please do so. Trump 2025. Thank you, my friends. I can see so many people writing Trump 2025. Thank you all. Thank you all. Trump 2025. My friends, January 20th is coming. It's going to be great. It is going to be amazing. January 20th is coming. Donald Trump will re-enter the White House. So great. We have been waiting for this day for 4 years. For 4 years, we have been waiting for this day, and this day is coming. Dustin is writing, what did the guy say? Who said what? What about it? Who said what, Dustin? I'm trying to understand. Oh, okay, yeah. We have been waiting for this day for 4 years. We have been waiting for this day for 4 years, yes. 4 years. 4 years. January 2020. It's going to be a glorious day. It's going to be amazing. And Donald J. Trump will be sworn in as the 47th President of the United States of America. My friends, we are 1 hour, 4 minutes into the live stream. This is my second live stream. I'm going to wrap this up. Would you like me to do another live stream tonight? I can do it. I can, if you want me to. Would you like me to do another live stream tonight? Just let me know. I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I have a few things I need to do. I need to get some dinner also. Okay? But if you want me to come back and do another live stream, I will do it later tonight. Would you like that? This is my second live stream. I'm happy to do a third one. Jamie is saying, Tosif, yes, live stream please again. Michelle is saying, sure, if you feel like it. Richard is saying, sure. Okay. Kristen saying, you know, everyone wants you back again. Then I'll come back. All right. All right. Okay. I'll do another live stream. So my friends, it is getting close to 8 p.m. We're still like 12 minutes away from 8 p.m. I'll take a break. Okay. I'll take a break, but I will be doing another live stream. Jamie's asking what time. Let's hope for 10:30 p.m. Let's hope for 10:30 p.m. my time. So 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Would that work? 10:30 p.m. Central Time, would that work? Okay, if that works, I'll be back. Mickey says, get comfortable, no tie. Okay, Mickey's saying just relax. Maybe I should put my Tommy Bahama shirt. How about that? So 10:30 Central means 11:30 Eastern. Terry's saying, bring your hat. Terry, my hat is always here. I forgot to put it on. Here's my hat. Here's my hat. Okay. All right, my friends. Thank you so very much. I'm going to be back again in about maybe 2 hours and 30 minutes, okay? That's my plan. All right? And I'll be back. So, Central Time 10:30. I may be, if I'm a few minutes late, please, I apologize, okay? If I'm a few minutes late, that's just know I'll be back later tonight. Okay? All right. Sometimes I plan on a time and I'm like, oh man, I can't start at 10:30. It has to be like 10:40. If that happens, I apologize in advance, but I'll be there. Okay. My friends, thank you so very much. Stay tuned, and together we will make America great again. Thank you. I'll be back soon.